did some Built to Spilt shows in like the 90s. I don't remember much about it. Was it like punkish? Core? Who knows? It might have been a ska band. Did ska ever come back? Oh, I should wear these. I mean, all the other 90s shit came back, right? So ska must have come back. No? Yeah? Anybody? Are any of the kids out there listening to ska? Because that would be amazing. It sounded like what you were playing. Oh. The kind of emo vibes. Did you ever listen to David Bazan, Pig Little Lion? Like early 2000s era. Late 90s era emo. Those are a lot of his chords. Severed lower legs. Not that they're his chords, but I like his patterns. What's going down? What's going down? All right, guys, ask your questions. I'm here for you. I'll answer whatever question you want. Maybe play some guitar. Oh, I have a package right here. Secret stuff in there. The company sent me this cute little white box with some stuff to eat. I'm gonna unbox it. I've never done that before. Sounds fun. No, actually I did do one unboxing from the company Inner Thread. They make this really cool meditation seat. All right. Do I get depressed? Not anymore. I've been depressed. Even went to go see a psychologist or psychiatrist or somebody like that to go about some depression long ago. Definitely after everything crashed in my life, I was like in this really dark space. But it's like a neurological habit that you can kind of deprogram and practice your way out of if you want. Listen to Taking Back Sunday, Modest Mouths, Armor for Sleep, Anna Divine. I don't know Anna Divine, but I'd probably recognize some songs. I'd listen to recognize some songs from all those guys. Do I ever use my own music? I don't really have a whole bunch of my own music. I just sort of play things. I was always like a backline guitarist. I would just make everything sound nice. So I would just sort of play around whatever was being played. Do I read fiction? I don't read a ton. I like big, dumb, like epic fantasy sci-fis, like Game of Thrones, like worlds, like big things. Wheel of Time before it was a bad Amazon series. Like these big, like epic, huge worlds. I like that. I like Dune a lot for sci-fi. That one is just killer. Nick Cave. Hello, how are I? I'm good. I'm doing really good. I figured we'd jump on some TikTok for a little while. Drink some tea together, you know? How are you guys doing tonight? What's going on in your world? Is there snow? Dune is so good. I mean, just Dune, the book, is great. But then when you get into like Children of Dune and all those other ones, I can't remember the names of. What's like the first four in the series? When you got Leto coming and causing trouble. Somebody help me out. All right. Here's a vote to use your own music for your videos. I would love it. Do you know how much production that takes? Because here's what I do. I make some videos in the morning and I gotta like bang them out quick. Because I can't just take me all day to edit because I'm doing like 4 a day. Because I can't stop myself. I don't want to stop myself, so there's that. So I just go take a little walk and I make some videos and then I post them throughout the day. But throughout the day I'm actually doing work. I'm actually, well, it's not work really. It's just beautiful and good, and it's what I get paid to do. Doing emotional alchemy with people or coaching calls with people. You can call and talk to me, or you can get on a session to learn how to feel your emotions and clear out your old shit, you know? Come to a nice space of being. So if I had to like record my music too to put over videos and all the production and programming, and I don't really have a studio set up here, so that would be a lot of work. I'm not emotionally prepared for that. Aloha to you as well. A bit random, but do you drink alcohol? I drank some the other day, a few days ago, a couple weeks ago. It was a while back. Just to not be dogmatic, and then I was like, I don't really like it that much. So I'll drink some hard kombuchas every now and then, but it doesn't really do much for my system. I think I like just feeling really clear and open, so. No vote against it. Anything can hurt you, anything can help you. What would you do if if you were gifted $1 million? I definitely would start, and this sounds cheesy as fuck, but there's a bunch of homeless people right in the area that don't get taken care of, and I really want to do like a healing center that goes from like homeless to like the richest, and just create this bougie ass retreat. I got a couple ideas for this. Where people could come, get all kinds of different healing modalities and things like that. Anything from bodywork to acupuncture to herbalism, to a lot of Eastern modalities. Get the witches and the Reikis in there and stuff. Do emotional alchemy. And then help people heal from those. And then on the other end of the spectrum, help the local homeless population to get back on their feet and heal from their traumas and learn to engage with people again. Because it's just a big range of humanity. Like doing stuff, you know. Everybody's conditioned differently in their nervous system to feel a different way. You just need friends to help with the production, but that would be dope. Yeah, that would be fun. What's up, Jordan? Hello. Hello. Okay, you guys got any questions? I will answer a question or play you a song. Or I can open this box of stuff. Should I open this box? It was sent to me by, what's the name of the company again? Aries Essentials. They make some little CBD gummies and things and lotions. So I told them, they're like, do you want some stuff? And I was like, sure. I mean, you know, why not? And they had watermelon gummies, so I was like, yeah, I definitely want some stuff. And they have various lotions. Ooh. Which I was like, I will go skate hard and bruise myself badly so I can feel the luxurious effect of this lotion right here. Look at how cute that is, huh? Ooh, it's actually really nice. I mean, it looks nice. This is a CBD lotion. I'm actually excited to try this because I get kind of banged up, especially if I'm trying vert stuff. You just get so many spots where you just get zoinked on the ground. Now Sarah can rub this all over me. That's nice. It gets my vote of approval. It's not like too stinky. It's real like neutral smelling. But it smelled like a small bucket of quality. I don't even work for the company. And as we love to do on our lives, we got to read the marketing blip. See how bullshitty it is. Our goal is to help alleviate your ailments. I like that. Freeing you to be the best version of yourself. That's pretty straightforward. Okay, I like that. Directions. Man, they didn't store in a cool, dry place. That's my kind of marketing blip. No bullshit. This is a whole spectrum CBD extracts. 300 milligrams of cannabinoids, if anybody's counting. From Aries Essentials. Weren't they sweet to send me this? I know they're on Instagram. I think they're on TikTok. And we have some 500 milligram CBD gummies to rest your weary bones. CBD helps to reduce inflammation. And is a derivative from the marijuana plant. Something like that, I don't know. But doesn't have any psychoactive effects. It just helps your body like vibe down. So I don't know if I need that, but I'm gonna give some to Sarah and see if she sleeps better at night. They look good though. They look really good. Does it get you high? No. It's like a very low-key relaxation. Like if you have a good quality coffee and just hits just the right like kind of stimulant caffeine peak, it's kind of the opposite of that bodily. Just you're like, ah. Also reduces inflammation, like in joints and things like that too. So CBD is a neat one if you can get it. They sell it in the grocery stores around here, but then again, California. I've sold it like at the health food stores for a long time. I'm already relaxed as fuck, so this isn't gonna do anything. And you're drinking tea and playing guitar. What are these, 500 milligrams? We'll see if that does anything. I mean, they're delicious. How's that going for them? Yeah, I was sort of just making that up. It's like some few different patterns that I like to play. You know, I just sort of play different things whenever the mood strikes me, you know? That's what tonight felt like. Yeah. So that was kind of how I was feeling. Just like kind of happy, a little bit like mellow. Just relaxed. I took 2 CBD gummies. We'll see if they relax me even more. I'll probably just pass out and drown in my tea. Yeah, what was I playing? Something in C. Droning on the A string. It was like A minor. With a little pull-off walk down to an E minor. With an F. To a C. If you want to do something cute like that, you can. You get the idea. Practice at home. Practice at home. I was playing out to the beauty of this moment. Don, you are correct. You are correct. Don knows what's up. And Don, you're a guitar builder. This guitar needs a setup so bad and I haven't changed the strings in like multiple years. Oh gosh. My poor guitars. I have a policy that I'm not allowed to have really nice guitars. Because you gotta play them, you know? And when you're playing them, it's not like you're being real nice to them. It's more the electrics. But the acoustic, it just, you know, you like leave it in the car sometimes. It's not horrible, but humidity change, it definitely got a big old bow there. Raising the action. The neck needs to get re-shimmed. It's okay. I'll just play it so it sounds good. Actually, I was just gonna take it into Taylor, but they had just the weird. Oh, I remember what happened. I hit up my friend Taylor, who manages Taylor's guitar repair department, and he's like, dude, it's like a 2-month wait right now. It's like because of COVID, everyone's like, this was a while back, and then I just lost interest. He was like, everybody's getting their guitars fixed right now because everyone's home playing them for COVID, and they're like, fuck, my guitar needs a setup. So the repair shop was like buried. And I'm like, great. I used to get this stuff like backdoored in, you know. Guitar you play the most, the Children's Luna. Yeah. You just have those. Wait. Ah. Yeah, it's funny. Whatever's like closest by. That's what's nice about this guitar is the GS Mini is like a 3/4 scale. It's not quite as long neck scale length as a regular guitar, so it's a little bit more compact. And it's got a little smaller body, so it's like it's real nice in between guitar. She don't got a giant acoustic banging around, but it sounds nice. You can take it around campfires and things like that because it's got a solid back and sides. Laminate back and sides instead of solid, which can get all cracky on you. Those tone woods. My style is optimism. I like that. That's nice. I'll take it. Because we're like sort of expecting our moment to be what it is. So why not make it good, you know? Like we're really expecting the moment in the moment, and it creates the moment. Time gets real sketchy, right? When you get into this stuff. Your concept of what the moment is adjusts the subatomic particles so they create a particular field which will adjust the electron spin of the atoms which stick to each other and make molecules and the building blocks of life in your kidneys and stuff. So you're basically expecting into beingness, which is like faith or manifestation. If you feel good about the moment, you practice feeling good about the moment, then all of the moments feel good. Because it's not this outward focus like, oh, someday I will attain. Someday I'll be something and then I can be okay. Someday I'll go on vacation and then I'll take a nice breath. And it's like, nah, you just take a fucking breath, you know? Like have a nice moment. And then all your moments from then henceforth are nice moments. It takes a little bit of practice, but you know, you'll get there. Here, Caribou arrow lands. If it's going in the right direction at least, right? And man, every time I've tried to force it, like, oh, it's gonna go over here. It goes over there, and then it's like, oh fuck. just let it roll, you know. So right. What about when you feel good about the moment, but you can't let your guard down? Well, I was just having that conversation with a client today. Not in the same conversation, but highly related. Every time you allow somebody a little closer, energetically, like actually is a big buzzing ball of energy, right? Just toroidal field of energy around you. It comes neither here nor there. But you're on this like magnetic level of energy with all the atoms and stuff like that. And so you feel everybody around you and how they feel. And sometimes how they feel triggers the things within you because you're getting close to them emotionally or whatever. You can't let your guard down. You got to be like, this is going to hurt. I know it. Because you have this memory of pain from something in there, something that happened. And so your nervous system just puts you in a state of autonomic arousal. It says, protect yourself because it's going to hurt. That's just contextual understanding. So when you let your guard down around people, it's like, yeah, you feel their energy. You feel all their bullshit. And you realize, oh, that's the way I'm perceiving all of them. I'm feeling like that about me. I'm feeling my own bullshit. Everybody else is feeling their own bullshit. And then you get clear with that, and all of a sudden there's a whole lot more beauty to engage with. There's more vivid colors. There's just a much more beautiful way of doing life. Because you've effectively like believed yourself into a state of being by practicing being, because all you have is the moment to be in. so push yourself past some social anxiety and ask yourself why you would feel that way, you know? I think that'd be good. Why do we always act on our impulsions? We always do. We're like magnets. An impulse, an electrical impulse, thunk, sticks to the other one, lines up, you know? So yeah, we're all impulses. That's like impulses, electricity. It's your nervous system. It's the way you're triggered by things. It's the way you react or you respond to things. Your impulse hits as an instinctual, like, protection mechanism. But do you allow that impulse to take you over, or do you observe the impulses of your experience as you live your life? So we're impulsive. It's just a matter of working those impulses. When you don't trust the goodness of the moment, you stay guarded. Yeah. How can I restore the will to live? I don't know. There's all kinds of beautiful shit out there, you know? I mean, we all pass on at one point or another. And as we are energy, and we seem to pass that energy on to another form in the reincarnative cycle. As far as an energetic vibration, the you-ness, your spirit, the energy of you, just the mathematical configuration of atoms that was the energy of you, which now changes form. Not to get too like ghosty about it. Shows up in another form in a reincarnated process. At least as far as I can tell from reading shit. And so then as you reincarnate into a new energetic being, you still have the same energy that carries over, which manifests itself in the exact same ways. And that's like called karma, you know, something that holds on. So the sooner you let it go, the better. Once you're aware, get rid of those impulses, you know. Can you play Touch of Grey? No, I don't know, and I'm sorry. Did you ever go to Atlantic City? I have not, and I don't know if I've ever been to Atlantic City. I'm sure I've been through there. My parents they had a bus. It was pretty cool. That we lived in until I was 4, and they had this racket. My dad was this like freelance engineer dude that would work at local like tech shops in San Diego, and they camped the bus down at Campland by the Bay for fall, spring, and summer. No, in winter. You get how it goes: fall, winter, spring. I'm gonna get this right. And then when the summertime, when the campground would jack the prices up, they would save their money up all year, and then they would just travel for the entire summer in the bus, just all around the country. They're like, "Where do you want to go next?" Like, I don't know, let's go that way. And just drove this bus all around the place, and we all camped in it and lived in it like a bunch of hippies. It was great. I have a few memories, but I was pretty young. I think the dark moments of life require acute trust of the universe to accept. And accepting the cyclical, yeah. Yeah, but we think of, the universe or bigger picture of it. It's all things happening all at once. And your experience is just your perception and how you read that, the energetic signature of that moment. Do you ever trip out on the imaginary boundaries between what's inside and outside of yourself? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Atoms, right? Little bitches. They don't even touch. They're magnetically suspended. They don't actually touch each other. So you've never actually touched another human. You've only ever felt their energy at a different level of energy or not, depending on how close you were, picking up their energetic field. But atoms never touch, you know? It gets weird out there. I have not been to Japan, but that's somewhere I would love to visit. Yeah. Negative space is not only truly negative. Without positive space, it couldn't exist. Yeah, it's like light. It doesn't just, it goes into itself. The entire electromagnetic spectrum goes into itself. That's the toroidal field. How do you get your hair to stick up like that? I just put some goo in it. There's some stuff I like, what's that company? It's a local company. They have billboards up everywhere, and I just, Beach Bum? No. I'll remember anyway. They got some hair goo. They just sell it at like the CVS, right? I bought some of that. It worked great. I liked it. So then I go to the place where they cut the hairs and they fuck my mullet up. Cut it way too short. I asked specifically for business on the sides, party on the top, and then just fucking rager in the back. And she was like, you have dead ends, which means I'm going to cut your mullet off. So anyway. And then she's like, well, what are you using for product? And I was like, I like this Beach Bum hair goo stuff. And she's like, over the counter. I was like, yeah, I got it. It was like $15, you know? It's awesome. And I was like, okay, whatever. Tell me what you like to use. And so she's like, oh, we have 1 million of them. I was like, well, show me what's good. She sold me this little box of hair goo. I mean, it's a tiny little thing. Granted, it was the small size. I'm glad I didn't buy the large size because it's just like, it doesn't work near as well. So it's just some like hair, like real lightweight pomade-y stuff. But this stuff like it's all greasy. It's greasy. Don't buy that fancy salon shit, you know? Just go to CVS. Get yourself some hair goo. I don't believe all those lies. Okay. How do you deal with loneliness? Yeah. I just don't. I like fancy, right? But I also don't care at all. I'll sleep on a tile floor. I'm happy as shit. But it's like if I go buy something fancy, I want it to like fancify me, you know? And I just don't feel fancified. I specifically told her, I was like, I'm constantly on and off the bike as I like go about town. I'm always putting my helmet on and get something that's like stays. I can just fuck it up a little bit and it's good. And it'll hold and not get all fuzzy. And she just didn't lead me in the right direction. I just, a little bit, now that you bring it up, I feel like I have some feelings about this, guys. It's okay. Let them on pass through. Life's just fucking grand. Okay, sorry, loneliness. I'm here for that. I have an intrinsic ability to make friends easily. I just don't give a shit. And I'll say hi. So that doesn't count. But I've definitely been lonely before. Just take that as like a grain of salt. You know, it's like it's easy to get out of loneliness for me. So I can't like empathize as fully as somebody who like really suffers from loneliness can empathize. But to do anything, I've been lonely, but then just, it's like the whole group of friends were gone, the family, some of them abandoned, you know, the wife and the whole family left, kind of thing like that. And was left pretty lonely, but it was ultimately really good for me because I was able to realize that it's just me creating all of my feelings and sensations and the way that I feel about life, and this is my perspective. And the people that I no longer had in my life were not something that was good for my life. And ultimately, I was left to the space of being able to just reform and reset from that. So that's like, you know, the ever optimism of myself of just being like, oh, that's okay. We'll just do this a different way. But like, you can just do it a different way. Be like, okay, well, I'm just going to get unlonely. I'm going to just go talk to somebody and it's going to be like, go. They're not going to accept me. Well, there's your work to do, you know? Easy day. You found one, a feeling. And then you can just reprogram the way you feel about life and be like, no, I'm going to go talk to this person. Send her up. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're digging. Dedicated my hair to a bandana 20%. Don, you work in a wood shop, okay? You're allowed to. You got to have a bandana on. For me, my loneliness was because I felt that no one else felt the way I did. Yeah? Yep. When you dissolve that illusion, the loneliness disappeared. Yeah. And that's the thing, too. It's like, you're always, in one sense, alone, and you always have everything right there. So as soon as, if you feel I am alone, and you believe that, you feel it, concept, feeling, connected, you put out the energy of that you are lonely or a loner, or that you do not want to be approached or talked to. So then when you engage with other people, mirror neurons tell them, oh, close. And so it's just automatically is like in the negative repulsion cycle. So it's to just work your way out of that and be like, no, I'm going to open to life. And then when I get a little hit on something that hurts, go, okay, why would I feel that way about myself? Understanding that all of the energy is there. It's this big, gigantic, energetic mush, and it's just how you're perceiving it. So when we think that we're separate from all of it, we're lonely as fuck. Becky Joy, the Rose Queen, is here. What's your favorite mantra for peace and calm in high stress times? Cool it down. I say that a lot, but not as a mantra, just as a term. My mantra is no. Just like no. If I'm like feel myself getting worked up or something like that, and I realize I'm out of state of like bodily zen, mind zen, just like in peace, I just go, no, like that. No, like we're not doing this bullshit right now, body. Like drop your shit. And take a little breath, and you still feel it for a little bit, and you just recenter into who you desire to be. So no is a good mantra. You just tell you, nope, we're not putting up with this. There's probably some better mantras out there than I just came up with. Do I do mantra meditation? Sometimes I do a meditation. Are those third sunglasses? Third? Oh, no, these are crap I wear. They're a rad little company in LA, and you should definitely buy some. They sent me a few pairs, so I just give them a lot of love because I appreciated that gesture. Holy giant lizard crawling across my house. Oh, well, I live in the desert. He's a veritable snake. It's a big alligator lizard. Yeah. Yeah, it's like this gentle no, though. Like, it's non-judgmental no. Well, it's non-judging no. So it's not like, no, like you've been bad feelings. It's just like, no, like we're not doing this right now. Just real gentle, like, no. These feelings, I understand these are just feelings. And I'm going to ask myself why I'm feeling this way, but you just like. So anyway, types of meditation. Yeah, no thanks. Like, yeah, that's the energy of no thanks. Like, no thank you. Yeah, exactly. It's like this kind of queenly, kingly energy of like, no, not happening. So yeah, you can do that with your body and your nervous system and how you feel. Not to suppress emotions, but to help you when you get in a highly triggered state to bring yourself back into center. Do I do sound bowls a lot? I got this little dinger and this ringer here. I don't do them a lot though, but I usually ding this a few times a day because I just started doing that on lives and feels nice. Resonates at approximately 433 oscillations a second, which would be 433 hertz. It's pretty low, though you hear octaves up. Neither here nor there. That's the only one I use a lot because that's the only one I have. I'd ring some of those crystal ones though. I don't have room for them, but those look fun. You're the clutch, pets you wish. Sweet, thank you. Oh, you can get these, I'm guessing they make these in India, like Pakistan, and in Vietnam. Just because of brass foundries and things like that. Because it's actually highly toxic in the foundry process to create brass. This is like a bronze, which has the brass in it. But it's like I hate buying stupid shit like this because it oftentimes supports really, really bullshit quality, like, not quality, but like people. You know, I got these factories, these people working. But then I'm like, if I buy the bowl people are working, it's a struggle. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at hippie places. Every time you go in the hippie place, it's always going to be half the price on Amazon, which somebody's probably getting ripped off. So, you know, just take your chances. What's up, Gee Butter? Ding along. Would you call me a ding along? What's up? You know I'm all pissed. Hello and good evening. Where do you live in a general way? I live in the Encinitas area in San Diego. It's a pretty nice little community. It's right by the beach. The bowls are pretty fun. I do love the hippie places are great, but they just rip you off. What happens during a PTSD attack with the nervous system? All right. So let's just kind of break that feeling and protection mechanism of the nervous system down a little bit. For PTSD, for trauma, for all sorts of things. Near as I can tell, it goes like this. There's all the life experience of neuron bonding. When I eat something pleasurable, it triggers the little neurons to release some endorphins. And so then the neural reception in my tongue is now bonded with my feelings of being happy. And I have a learning event in my body. So then I know to eat the thing that I like. And that's the same learning event in trauma, where you have an overwhelming event neurologically. You know, your body is damaged, you lost loved ones, attack scenarios, things like that. You have this high overcharge of all of the senses in something like that. It can be overwhelming for all of your senses in a way, in multiple different scenarios. And whatever senses kind of pick that up and whatever energy picks it up bonds your neurological system, your endocrine system, the way you feel, your neural reception and things like that, to the context. So when you get into PTSD, it's because you've had an elevated heart rate for over 20 minutes or something like that during the time of trauma. That's when it gets a little bit more burnt out. That same kind of burnout event happens in trauma. It doesn't have to be elevated heart rate. That's just a more extreme version of it. But anyway, so once we get over in our nervous system what we are able to handle energetically, like how much bullshit we can handle, it overcharges in a way where it burns the memories out, or those active memories of the event out, to protect you in the moment. So you don't have to feel the pain of it or whatever. And there's some kind of element in the brain where it disconnects the memory of the actual event in the trauma, but your body still feels it. Your endocrine system still triggers because your neurons are wired up, your sensory neurons, which are in the original experience, and your endocrine system triggering your hormones and the way you feel. So in a PTSD state, it's a kind of more, it's a more extreme version of the learning event of eating something that you like and it bonded with your system. It gets kind of forced into your system. So in dealing with that, or what happens during a PTSD attack, is when the context triggers the attack, whatever the context was, and I know your story, sister, just from, I think, seeing your, yes, I know your story. When the context triggers your nervous system, because it's all bonded up, your nervous system feels like the original event. And then you feel all of the terror, all of the pain of it, and then your brain tries to get you back out of your body because you're really in fight or flight now. You're in high alpha brain waves. My children's art just fell off the wall. Some random ass cat Nelly did. You're in high alpha brain waves. Your little left hemisphere of your brain is offline, a little section there. You don't have executive function. You only have creative, instinctual, like, let's get the fuck out of here kind of energy. So what's happening is it's just more burnt out, the original things in a way, or you just have an overwhelm of feelings that trigger you into a loop of anxiety, of running away from yourself in your mind, which gives you the more anxiety. It's running away from the moment because the moment hurts too much, basically. Any advice for people that are looking for a negative reaction, that push your buttons or trigger you? Ooh. Well, people who are looking for a negative reaction are always looking for validation. They're just trying to be seen. Now, granted, some of it can be just annoying as shit. And it can be very draining. So that's when your boundaries come in. If it feels good, like if it's okay, if it's like bringing you joy, to be there in that negative situation, to like help this person co-regulate their nervous system, then cool. If it's draining and you just hate it, then get the hell out of there, you know? Or just say, here are my boundaries, like I'll engage at this level. So sometimes people are just hurt and they do the thing that they know how to do, is hurt other people. They try to push your buttons. They're trying to be seen. They're trying to be validated, or maybe they're even trying to love you, and that's how their parents taught them what love meant. Pushing buttons and doing that thing. So maybe they like you. Everybody's got their own different perspective. When it comes to our own triggers, that's our wounds, that's our shit to deal with. If I'm triggered in my nervous system, that's my nervous system triggered, based on my conceptual understanding of the world, which is the ego, which separates you from the whole thing when you get reeled in it. So you just let it all be, you know? Yeah, see it from their point of view. Coping mechanisms. Physiological sigh is the fastest way to reduce the physiological process in your body. It's called the physiological sigh because you're actually like sighing your body. And there's a little vibration of the limbic system. It helps to flush out the different hormones and stuff like that are making you feel that way. It also brings you into a state of presence and mindfulness, of being with the breath, being not out in the future what if anxiety. So 3-part breath goes like this. Do a cycle of breath like that a few times. Do 3 of them, 10 of them. And your body will start to feel better and bring you back into your moment. Andrew Huberman talks a lot about that. It's great for anxiety. Great for getting out of stuff like that. Thanks for the response. That's what I was looking for. In depth. That's why we're here. That's why you sigh so much, Don. So that actually, like the sigh, it's funny how you think of a sigh, it's like the nervous system programmed like, it like releases something energetically within your system, you know? So when you do the 2-part breath, it gets more oxygen in your system because you're doing a little compression breath on top, because you kind of max up to what you normally would be able to inhale, and then you take another suck of air in, so it pushes your diaphragm down a little bit more, and it actually pumps the glandular system, so you want to kind of go for it. The ability to become less reactive thanks to lessons I'm learning here. Keep me from having. Yeah. There's no sense in reacting. I mean, I get reactive sometimes. The only time nowadays that I get reactive, but it's sort of like, you know, an offense to my meat suit. When I'm riding my bike around and somebody just jams over in that carpool lane, and that's definitely my lane, and I'm right there, and they about kill me. Happens every now and then. Then they see me, you know, but I'm already mad. I'm like ready to kick a mirror or something, you know. Not that mad. But I'm like, motherfucker! Just yell at them. Like, what are you doing? They're like, "Duh." But I'm just all mad. I don't want to be mad. I don't feel like that. But it really triggers my nervous system when you like just about die from somebody who's just really not paying attention and goes in your lane. And so you just get hit with all those adrenaline and stuff. It's hard to observe something like that in a high state of autonomic arousal when you're in animal instinct mode. Thoughts on bipolar disorder? Bipolar disorder, and everybody I've worked through with seems to be like a chemical loop of running away from the moment. There are some traumas in there. And everyone I've seen with bipolar is just, and yeah, has always been rooted in some deep trauma. And so there's this feeling of this held within the system. So the manic runs out away into the future, and the depressive runs into the past. And it kind of flips poles. Here I come back to my middle. Oh, fuck, get me out. And you like kick yourself out. The flight response in your mind because you're stuck, or the freeze response maybe. So, I mean, it's a thing. It gets established as some genetic loops in there, or genetic things going on. It changes body chemistry. It changes the way your body operates. Learning how to manage those swings in energy, learning how to accept and observe is always key. Oh, great. Borderline personality disorder. I just went through bipolar disorder, but that's probably helped somebody. I'll get to borderline personality. I did that breathing exercise this weekend during a tornado warning. Yay, it worked. Yay. You had someone correct you on the video the other day? Oh, border personality, not bipolar. My bad, guys, my bad. That makes a lot of sense. I've been diagnosed with both. Gotcha. BPD and bipolar. Yeah, so that makes some sense. There's some trauma in there. It's like we run away from our moment in our mind. And I think it's the freeze response of the mind and the flight response of the mind. Bipolar is completely subjective. Being any of those mental illnesses, bipolar, or anything from my brain just stopped. Not bipolar, but borderline personality disorder, narcissism, extreme. Psychological abuse, all of the different labels we have for things. They're good, but I think we can define them a little more, maybe fluidly and changeable, because right now you get defined by something and then you believe it. It's like it's like a spell. You are this. I say the words. And then I am that. And it like changes your nervous system around a little bit. But I've definitely seen people come out of stuff like that, heal from things. So that's my thought on all those things. It's an energetic dissonance. I had another client who had been a former minister of the Catholic Church, and he had done over 3,000 exorcisms. And he's like, yeah, I realized that you didn't have to say like the holy words. You didn't have to do like the holy water. It was just hand motions, like energetic, like energy work, like old Gnostic stuff, or Reiki or something. And he's like, all I had to do was the hand motions, and these feelings would move through. And I've helped clients move trauma, big stuff through in many a session. They're thrashing about sometimes, like, ugh, it feels like you're going to throw up. It feels like you're feeling every feeling that you felt in the initial event. And then when it moves through, it releases energetically with the way that your amygdala is set up, triggering your endocrine system, triggering your like fight or flight responses and stuff like that. But that trauma in there, especially when people go into a space of like they're out of their mind or something like that. I don't even want to say that because I hate these definitions. They're picking up a higher spectrum of energy. When you have too much CBD and go into psychosis, not CBD, but THC and go into psychosis, the THC molecule jams up in the endocannabinoid system. So the cannabinoid receptor is kicked out, and the THC receptor sticks in there in the nervous system, and it changes the wiring around. And there seems to be an effect of a weakening of your field, like your energetic field, on THC. And when you're on THC, you pick up all of the energy from around you, and you can go into a state of psychosis, even in psychedelics and stuff like that too. But that real time warp thing happening, you go into a state of so far out into the future, into infinite possibilities, that it just scares the shit out of you, and it triggers it all in your body, and then your body is all worked up, and then it triggers your amygdala more, and it triggers more, and so psychosis is this like loop out into the future that you can't get out of, and it keeps scaring your body, which then scares your mind. But those can be triggered. Those states can be triggered from traumas, because when you open your energetic field and you engage within one of those traumas that reminds your nervous system of that, then all of your system goes, oh shit, we're in danger again. We know this feeling. So all of the mental illnesses, all of the, and I've seen, I mean, one of my clients said, believe might even be on here, had believed himself to be autistic his whole life. And he came into town for an overnight, or like a full day session with us, with Sarah and I. And we met up with him for dinner the night before. And in talking with him, both of us leaving, we're like, he's not autistic. Like this is just trauma that like kicks your nervous system out of the life experience. It like closes yourself in. And so as a kid with this like heavy weight, then got treated like that, and then believed himself to be like autistic for his whole life. So maybe don't label those mental illnesses so hard in your heart, knowing that you can change your neural reception, you can change the way your body feels. I love to talk with you sometimes about what I learned about PTSD and learn what you know. Yeah, let's do it, dude. I'm in. Dude, you're a terrible hippie, Don. Yeah, smoking the marijuanas. It's like nice to, you can get to that state pretty easy with some good self-work and just feel like that all the time, and then you don't have the bogged down effect. You're just there. So sometimes it's nice to go back to it for myself and just remind myself, I remember how to release into the flow of things. But then I just get really bogged down if I keep smoking. Yeah, if you got chronic pain, hit it. Puts joint down. No, don't feel judged about it. Just know that you can experience like the full range. It's almost like getting healthy. It's just getting healthy emotionally, you know. It's like I'm gonna like take care of myself a little bit more. And so at the moment that you're doing it and you need it for chronic pain, or you need it to help you like learn how to feel a feeling, like good, use the thing. But when it doesn't serve, don't serve it. Everything can jack you up and do too much of it. I use it as an escape, and sometimes too much. I realize that, yeah, I've been there. Totally been there. It's an easy escape. Don't feel judged. I know. I need to chill. I probably need to hear this. Yeah. To start the judgment train, just sharing that. No. This is great. This is great. What else did I expect? Yeah. No. It's a really good conversation to have. I just want to make sure that nobody feels judged. Maybe that's my own perception of my own judgments of self, you know? How we exchange in society, you know? It's like I can read the comment and only pick up the energy of the comment, what it really means based on a few characters, you know? And so something like that, you know, why do you think people go crazy on the internet? They see a comment and they, this guy. It's like fucking few characters, you know? And they gotta fight to validate something, to validate their own feeling of how they feel about themselves. So they read it as judgment. They read it as something other than what the person intended it as. So I'm glad you brought it up. Do I like house music? Yeah. I have a couple playlists that have a pretty decent selection of house stuff, but yeah, I dig it. I like anything that Just kind of has a cool vibe and keeps you going. I've been listening to a lot of like kind of modern emo, kind of like punk rocky. I hate to even call it punk rock because it's just not punk rock, but kind of stuff like that lately. No juggernauts whatsoever, Don. No juggernauts. I do want to talk about, I love the conversation of the, I'm going to mention these right now because I totally feel them in my body. This company, Aries Essentials, if you weren't here earlier, sent me some CBD gummies. They have very nice packaging, and I ate 2 of them. 500 milligrams, so that was a fairly substantial amount. And I do feel very bodily relaxed. They feel very nice. It's just CBD. There's no THC in it. There's no psychoactive events. I don't know if it's legal where you are, but it's legal in like every single grocery store where I am. It's like at the end rack. Try some CBD lube. It's great. And then they also sent me this body cream, which I was like, they're like, can we send you this stuff to try and make a video about? And I was like, sure, this looks cool. I mean, these were delicious, honestly, the gummies. I gotta watch myself on these. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna eat another one just because it's good. Anyway, this one is apparently CBD infused, and so I told them, I was like, I'm gonna go skate hard, just get thrashed. Then I'm gonna rub lotions on myself. You gotta put it to the test, you know? Can we get a demonstration? Oh, fuck. Dawn, I swear to you. I'm just gonna rub some on my nipples real quick. Cross nipple. We gotta kiss the kids up. That felt really weird. I don't want to do that again. Smells nice. So that's my review. My nipples are very relaxed. And kind of wet feeling. Not like that part. And the gummies are good. So if you're into that stuff, they seem really nice. They're on Instagram. Aries Essentials. They're probably on TikTok too, but they're probably not doing much. I just saw stuff on Instagram. My left nipple is certainly tingling right now, just a little bit. That might be the CBD talking. What's the brand again? Aries Essentials. Hey, Australia, what's up? I got this cute little, look at that. Isn't that cute? They seem meaningful. Like, they seem like really nice people that were really into, like the gal that I was talking to seemed very genuine, like small company, trying to make a real cool product. So that's my shout out for them. That's why I gave them a shout out. I was like, because they seemed like they were really good people trying to make a cool product. And I was like, yeah, send me some stuff. We'll talk about it. Okay, what are we talking about? Yeah, Don talked us into that one, guys. Sorry. Take it up with Don. My left nipple's still kind of juicy from that stuff. Okay. My only negative with the products that I've tried from Aries Essentials so far is the fact that I've never actually rubbed lotion on my nipples like that. So it was a new experience that I probably shouldn't have done on live. You know, I should have carved out a little private time. Other than that, I think your product's great. That's my review. Somebody write that down. All right, give me another question, guys. What are we talking about? What was I talking about before I got distracted by that stuff? Because I did want to give them a shout out. They seemed very nice. I don't remember what I was talking about. That was for you, Don. That was for you, buddy. It's 9:25. I don't want to stay up as late as I stayed up last night, so I'm going to probably call it quits a little earlier. But I'd be happy to answer a couple more questions or just play a song. for everything. No, there's no derailing around here, Don. What's my view on anxiety meds and other RX? I think if you are in a space where you cannot get up off the floor, get some help. If you're in a space where you absolutely cannot get out of your head, maybe try some help. But find a good doctor that's going to help you heal from it and not keep you stuck in an altered chemical state. Because you can heal all that stuff through working through all that trauma. And it seems possible. It's been very effective for me and other people I work with to center into your moment. So sometimes maybe you could center yourself right out of some anxiety meds. But that's just the practice, It's like always the hard part. That's how I feel about them. I also feel that the majority of medicine is, it's just marketing, It's like, we're gonna make you sick. You could easily look at it all conspiracy-like. We're gonna make you sick with these products of the mind. Hear us on TikTok, television programming to make you feel a certain way. Get you all worked up and anxious. And there you go, they gotta sell you the medicine. Same companies own the people that worked you up and own the medicine. So they're working hand in hand with themselves. Skipping along, But if you can get out of all that mess and get into your moment, it seems pretty nice. Yeah, don't find Dr. Feelgood. We were one of the only countries that advertise medication. Yeah. It's like this big marketing shit show. But can you imagine having to advertise like some diarrhea medication on the Super Bowl? They're still gonna put some old dude in the tub smiling on a hill. Maybe that's Viagra, It's like what happened to like all the herb women. Did you know? Fun fact. That every single molecule inside of modern medicine is found in nature, because every single molecule that was synthesized into modern medicine was derived from a molecule that was found in nature. All of modern medicine in pharmacy, pharmacopoeia, leads back to her medical wisdom, the great Hermes of ancient Egypt. Did all that fancy Egypt art stuff. But they burned the witches and the herb women back in old Rome, fucked it all up. Okay, what are you guys talking about? The ring light you have is bright as fuck. It's actually 2 lights. Oh, they're super bright. I can't really tell because my phone is on comment mode here. I don't know, it just looks like a fucking picture. It's good. You love the videos, that's good. We also consume something like 80% of all drugs, legal and otherwise. Yup. It's not like a conspiracy or anything. It's just the way they get you to do what they want. So they keep you in your head so you never get mindful. And then you never go, why are we doing it this way? I definitely don't want you to do that. Looks great, I always get fooled. I think it's the middle of the day where you are. Ah, yes. It is nighttime, 9:30. Yeah, it's just 2 little lights off to the sides. It's not that exciting. I'll show you. Let's see here. Let me do the old guy thing, like trying to read something. I just want to flip the camera, okay? So it's a little, it's actually a DSLR cage. Then I just put that guy in there, and then it has a connect for the stand. And then there's some lights and some lights on little magic arms with quick disconnects, so I can break it all down and put it in a Pelican case real fast. Voila. How the magic happens. It's not very exciting. It's just a real simple light rig. Okay, it does look like a little robot. Looks great. And it's actually noon all the time. Little known fact. I'm gonna get a fill light, or like a rim light with some sunbeams coming in, so I can make sunbeam videos in the house. Think of it, Don. Think of it. It's gonna be fantastic. All right, you guys. Oh, my leg's gonna hurt. I kind of want to go to bed. It's probably those CBD gummies. Thanks, Aries Essentials. Well, if you need help sleeping, let me recommend Aries Essentials. Seriously, I feel really relaxed. Just super vibe down. Yo, what's up? What, just leaving? You just show up right now? What kind of operation you running? I'm gonna let you slide. Everybody, it's been fun. It's been real. Thanks for hanging out. I can do this, I swear.